Hello and welcome to today's edition of the Danielle Daily Show. I am your host, Danielle Watson. Thank you so much for joining me here live. I have a great show for us today. I am feeling extremely proud of myself today, and I will tell you why in just a moment. I will also have today's note to self for you, as well as a little sneak peek of what I will be up to tomorrow for the very first time. So to dive right in, why am I feeling proud of myself today? Well, tomorrow I will be doing 3 things that I've never done before. And I don't know about you, but doing one thing that I've never done before can be pretty anxiety inducing, but doing 3 things that I've never done before all in the same day, 3 things that I'm really hyper aware of that I've never done before, I'm doing them. I'm going to do it. I've decided I'm going to do it. And I'm proud of myself, not only because I'm not feeling horribly anxious about it, a little bit like concerned, but not horribly anxious about it. And I'm really feeling proud of myself for being willing to take on so many new challenges all at the same time. It looks like Elena is here with baby Lacey. I'm so glad that you girls could join me. So tomorrow is a pretty big day for me. I will be doing some things that are really stretching me, some things that are really outside my comfort zone. And I think that you will probably laugh when I tell you what they are, but to me, they're a big deal. So the first thing that I'll be doing tomorrow that is really pushing me outside of my comfort zone is I'm going to be driving to a place that I've never driven to before. And I don't know about you, but driving has always been a challenge for me. And it just has been something since I very first started driving that made me anxious and made me feel out of control. And you know, a lot of people don't believe them when I tell them this, but I did not drive on the freeway until I was 20 years old. I got my driver's license when I was 16, and I would not drive on the freeway because it felt too fast, it felt too out of control. I was willing to take back roads wherever I needed to go, and I lived in a place where it wasn't really that big of a deal. I lived in a suburban area. I went to school in that same suburban area, so it wasn't like I lived in LA and you can't really get anywhere without getting on the freeway. But for me, driving somewhere that I'm unfamiliar with always brings on a certain level of stress and anxiety. And as much as I love having freedom, I'm not a big city person, so living in a city where I don't have to have a car doesn't really appeal either. So it's always been a little bit of a struggle for me having to discover new places, or when I go somewhere on vacation, if I have to be the one to do the driving. It's just always been a big stressor for me. So I'm feeling proud of myself that I'm not getting too freaked out about that. I'm not doing like a trial run before I go. I'm just trusting that my GPS will get me there. And I tell you, the GPS in one's phone, or like the Garmin that I used to have, oh my gosh, that has just made things so much easier as far as the driving, because the GPS won't always get you where you want to go. It's not flawless, but what's great about it is that you no longer have to worry that you'll never find your way home, right? That you'll be lost indefinitely. You know that the GPS knows how to get you home, and that's the most important thing at the end of the day, right? Okay, so the first thing that I'm proud of is, like I said, I am driving to a completely new area tomorrow. Now, the second thing that I'm proud of myself for today is that tomorrow I will actually be serving on a panel where we will be discussing things that come up when you go through a divorce. So I think there are 4 of us, perhaps 5 of us, and I will be on the panel talking about how to keep your head in the game, how to keep yourself focused on moving forward when you're going through loss, when you're going through divorce, when you're going through all of the legal and financial and emotional challenges that come along with that. And then I'll also be contributing my expertise on what it's like to get back into dating after divorce, especially if you're like me and you're getting back into dating after having been married a really long time. Before I was divorced, the last time I had been on a date Bill Clinton was president. It was the late 90s. So dating was a very different world, and I've had to learn how it works now and how to date as an adult, and all of that, sharing all of that and being on a panel with other people talking about this subject is a challenge for me because, I feel like, well, who am I to give advice on dating, or who am I to talk to people about, keeping your head on straight during divorce, because there were certainly days that were difficult, and, all I could do at the end of the day was remind myself, well, there's always tomorrow. I wasn't winning every single day, but I've just decided that, my experience and hearing about it might help someone. So even though I don't know how to do it perfectly, right? We're never perfect. We never have all the answers. I feel like I'm going to do it anyways because I know that hearing other people's stories have helped me, and I'm hoping that my story will help other people. Julio's here. Awesome. Hey there. I'm so glad that you could join us. So I was just telling Elena and our other viewers, and by the way, if you pop in live, I would love it if you would say hello in the comments so that I know you're here. So I was telling Elena and the other viewers that I'm proud of myself, one, because I'm going to be driving to a new area tomorrow, and that is always anxiety inducing. And if you missed the beginning of the show, you want to watch it because I admitted how long it took me to drive on the freeway after I had my driver's license, which was a shockingly long amount of time because it made me so scared. And then the second reason I'm feeling proud of myself today, I have one more after this, but the second reason that I'm feeling really proud of myself today is that I said yes to serving on a panel of people talking about how to get yourself through divorce and how to get back out there dating. And there's going to be several different experts, and we're talking about the different facets of divorce, the legal, the emotional, the financial, and then especially, when you're going through this and there are children involved. And, I don't have children, but being out in the dating world, I have encountered a lot of people who do have children, and they have a lot of fears about encountering somebody like me who doesn't have children, and, how people like me are going to respond to them bringing children to the table in a dating environment. So I'm going to give my 2 cents on that and hopefully be helpful. Now, the third reason I'm feeling very proud of myself, it's hard to say if this is the big one, but in some ways it's the big one. So tomorrow, when I am serving on this panel, which will be a Facebook Live, and I will be running it through the Danielle Daily Facebook page. So if you'd like to join me, it will be live tomorrow, Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, and you can tune in, invite your friends, anybody you know who's going through divorce. We just have a really great panel of experts that are going to be talking about all different facets of making it through that process, especially if there are children involved. You'll want to share the Danielle Daily page with them and let them know to tune in tomorrow at 8 p.m. So the third reason I'm feeling super proud of myself is I have been, I don't know if it's wisely or unwisely entrusted with setting up the technology for our live stream tomorrow. Among all of us who are serving as experts on this panel, I'm the one that has the most experience running Facebook Live videos, and that is a big part of the reason that it will be running through the Danielle Daily page, because I know how that works. But it's going to be interesting. I'm used to just having me and one other person. I've done one edition of the Danielle Daily Show where I had a guest with me. So I'm going to have a whole panel of experts. I have my tripod. I have my microphone. I'm going to see if I can run it through my phone. If I'm setting it up and it doesn't work, I have my laptop and my big old Yeti microphone that I can set up as a backup. But I am just sort of like, wow, how far have I come that anyone would want me to be the person setting up the technology for anything? That just makes me feel really proud of myself that I have overcome my ignorance of how different types of technology work, and that I am recognized as somebody who, hey, she probably knows how to do this because she does it on a regular basis. So that makes me feel really good about myself. So the 3 reasons I'm feeling proud of myself are: 1, I'm driving to a new area tomorrow. That always causes me stress, but I'm not freaking out about it too much. 2, I am doing something I've never done before. I'm serving on a panel with other people, talking about something that, you know, I'm just not really that experienced at, but I'm just going to put my heart out there and put my thoughts out there and, you know, be brave and hope that what I have to say is helpful for somebody, because I know hearing other people's stories is always helpful to me. And then, you know, the third reason that I'm feeling proud of myself is that I have been trusted to set up technology, and I feel like I can do it, right? I feel like I could actually do this and it could actually work and we could actually start on time and everything would work the way that it's supposed to. So I feel really, really proud of myself for that. Julio says, I'm proud of you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I'm proud of me too. And let's just hope it all goes smoothly tomorrow and that I have even more reason to be proud when we have the show on Wednesday. So tomorrow we will have the regular Danielle Daily Show. But if you want to tune in and listen to this panel of experts, you know, you might not be in the place where you're going through divorce or on the other end of divorce, but we pretty much all know somebody who's in some part of that spectrum, right? They're thinking about it, they're in the middle of it, they're trying to recover from it. They might even, I've met people who are years down the road who are still trying to recover from it, or they're just finally ready to re-enter the dating world after many years of being alone. So if there's anybody you know who could use a informative and positive slant on this, I would love it if you would let them know about the Danielle Daily Facebook page. That is where the live stream will be happening from tomorrow at 8:00 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so I have today's note to self for you. I wrote today's note a little bit different because it really is, it's aimed at me. It's kind of like my classic notes to self, right? Like my book, Dear Self, I Love You, Keep Going. This one was really written for me, and I hope that it will help inspire you guys to, you know, be proud of yourselves too. We're always all doing little things that are stretching us and causing us to grow and making us learn about new things. And it just so happens that tomorrow I have three really big ones all sort of coming together at the same time, and so I'm really noticing it. But I'm really proud of myself that, you know, I'm not freaking out too much. So that's a really good thing. Okay, here is today's note to self. Are you ready to write it down? Okay, here's what it says. It says, Dear Self, I'm proud of you for being willing to try something new. Love me. So I'm not just trying something new, I'm trying 3 something new, so extra proud. Let me read that to you again if you'd like to write it down. This is a good one. You know, sometimes it's fun to write the notes in the first person, and sometimes it's fun to write them in the second person. I hope that when I read these to you, you always feel that you have creative license to rewrite them so that they resonate with you and they motivate you and they inspire you. So, you know, do that for yourself so that they're super useful to you. That's what I want them to be. So let me read it again. It says, Dear Self, I'm proud of you for being willing to try something new. And I sign it, Love me, with a little heart. So this one I really did write for me. I am proud of myself for being willing to try something new. Not just something new, but 3 new things all together. And all of them fairly significant. You know, for a lot of people, driving is not a big deal, but for me, that is something that really causes stress. And then, you know, serving on a panel with other people talking about something new, that's something that a lot of us can probably relate to. You know, when you're talking about something publicly and it's not necessarily what you are generally known for talking about, it can be a little bit more challenging to find your voice there. And then, you know, the third thing of setting up the technology, I think many of us can relate to that, right? Like the idea of putting together something in a way that it's going to work, that all the pieces are going to work, can be a little bit intimidating. So I'm very, very proud of myself for being willing to do all of those things all at once. Okay, so I am about to sign off, but if there's anything you need, please feel free to let me know. You know, you can message me, you can leave a comment, you can email me. Any way you want to get a hold of me is fine. If you want to send me a messenger pigeon, that would be really cool. I have not received a message in that way yet, so if that happens to be a hobby of yours, feel free to send one my way. So unless there's anything that you guys particularly want me to cover tomorrow, I will probably give you a little sneak peek of what I will be talking about on the panel, maybe a little story about, you know, what it's been like to re-enter the dating world, and, you know, what you kind of have to do in your mind to do that. And I think that's applicable to trying anything for the first time, or trying something that you haven't done in a really long time again, and hopefully that will be helpful. But if you have something that you're just dying for me to talk about because it's really hitting home in your personal life or in the life of somebody you love, just let me know. I'm happy to cover that. There's nothing that inspires me more than the topics that you guys bring to me. So I love, love, love those, and I appreciate you so much when you send them to me. All right, so until tomorrow at our usual time, 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern, 12 Pacific, this is Danielle Watson signing off on the Danielle Daily Show. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Mwah! Bye.